And us.
Welcome everybody to Proficiency Bonus. I believe I am unmuted this time, so everybody should be able to hear what I'm saying. Please chime in chat if you cannot, and catch me before I ramble on and all you see are my lips moving into the camera. It seems
I can hear you.
All right, good. Making sure. Welcome back to Delve and Dash, guys. Apologize for last week. Life happens, and we were unable to stream last week, but we're back today for our 13th episode of Delve and Dash. And I'm going to throw a couple quick shout outs to Team MZ, Twitch, Streamlabs, and Many Sided Dice for all of their small streamer support. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. And we're going to take us right into our recap with Jamie, aka Stumpy, from chat. Take it away, Stumpy.
AKA the overlord of the chat.
The overlord.
Hello, everyone. All right. Last time on Tomb of Annihilation, we
Nope.
our wild party decided to travel back with this pregnant dwarf woman and get her to safety in the town. Upon which there was a lot of conversations had between the party members and also. I forget her name. The important lady with all of the information. Then when we were leaving,
Valeria.
That
was her name.
When we were leaving, we saw a ship approaching the town, and everybody started lining up. Upon which we saw the angry group of men that Raz so badly wants to talk to.
No comment.
And we chased them through the streets to the final dock, upon which they were in line, making people angry. Vix made a friend. Franklin tangled another one in some vines, and Raz confronted the third leader man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are, I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty good. I think the leader man was the one that was entangled, correct?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, but that was great. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it.
I tried.
You did good. It's been 2 weeks. Hey, you know.
I kept up with the shtick of saying the wrong.
So upon this, as these vines have wrapped around Merritt, they actually caught a few of the other people that were standing in line. Most of them were able to get away, but there's a few men and women kind of tangled up in this vine as well, because I think the radius is like a 20-foot radius in this area. So basically 20 foot of the end of the dock is completely covered in vines and plant vegetation that's just overgrown out of the water, wrapped around the dock, and it's just totally covering this one area. As Franklin continues to swim closer to the dock, his shell bobbing up and down in the water as he makes his way over. Raz, you approached Merritt as we were headed off stream last time. What are you guys doing at this point?
I'm still on her shoulders. I completely forgot.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, you are. Yeah. And I believe Silver is invisible.
I am invisible.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Or no, Vix, I dropped you off so that you could chime the people and I could keep running.
Oh, right. Correct.
So you are no longer on my shoulders.
All right, fair. All right, cool.
Seems like there's a lot of people bumping into you guys. There's a lot of people running away from the vines that all of a sudden just grew out from the ground around the dock. And a lot of people are just dropping all their bags and things on the dock and running back towards Woodhurst as they're just really not sure what is going on.
How far am I from Merritt? Do you remember?
I think you were getting like right up into his grill, but I think you have to go through some of the vines, so you're having.
I think
So if you want to be 20 feet away, you could just yell at him.
No, that's not really Raz's style.
Hey, Raz.
Yes?
Do you have it under control, or do you need my help?
I'd love it if you could keep those two busy for me and not let them get away.
Hey, Silver, are you here?
Silver, you notice Otto Otto looks like he's coming, like trying to sneak through some of the crowd that's running away. And he looks like he is dialing a bead in on Vix and Raz. Like he looks like he's just looking right at them, moving amongst the crowd.
Am I within 60 feet of him?
You're within 60 feet of him, yes.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Wow, nice. Okay.
So I drop invisibility, but
Yeah, you will come from out of being invisible. What is the spell save DC?
it's 14, and that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Meets it, beats it, I'm afraid. 13 plus 1 does the 14 justice.
I'll just start running, like I'll just make my way towards, try to cut him off then, basically, so.
Okay.
Also, if Raz wants to go through my entangle, it's a strength save. DC 14.
DC 14 to go through the entangle. Nice.
Wonderful. Good at that skill.
I'm sure that's her best skill.
Okay, they're just gonna have a conversation tied up by bonds.
That's it.
I might since I have 2 DM's inspiration, I'm gonna use one to see if I can roll better than a 2. Because even if I still fail, it's gonna be better than a 2.
Sure, you may reroll.
That's a 6.
That's
okay.
a 6.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not getting to him.
Yeah, it's really hard to get through these thick vines. You're moving some out of the way, and some of them are really thick and strong. You're just yanking, trying to pull them out of the way and squeeze through, and Vix almost falls off of your shoulders in the process.
He's not on my shoulders.
Oh, he's not on there?
his shoulders.
Okay, guys.
And you are considered restrained.
Uh-oh. You've gotten yourself stuck. Nice.
Under my breath, I would just be like,
You said you wanted them stopped, so I stopped them.
All right, since things are getting a little aggressive at this point, what I'd like to do is everyone go ahead and roll initiative. So we have some kind of order to all of this.
So good at initiative.
So I got better than a 0 this time. It's actually a 12.
Nice. So, did anybody have better than a 12? Are you kidding?
I
have a penalty to dexterity. Oh my god.
Okay. Who has anybody have anything close to a 12?
I have a 10.
A 10? A 7?
I have a 9.
A 9. Okay, that's better. So we got a 10, a 9, and a 7.
Yep.
We're good.
You guys are really, really good.
Did somebody ask for the best adventurers? Because I think I found them.
Maybe not the best, but definitely the most capable.
All right. Who had the 7? Was that was Silver?
Me.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we got Vix had the 10, right?
No, that was me.
Okay, I got you guys
said
backwards. I apologize. All right, cool. So Franklin, you are actually up first as all this is taking place. You've now watched as Raz tried to get closer to Merritt and has now got herself tangled up in your vines.
And I am just cursing under my breath.
You're about
How far away from him am I?
you're about 30 feet away from the dock, swimming.
Okay, I will move 30 feet to the dock,
Okay.
and then I will dash right to Merritt. So I'm gonna make my own strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a 19 on the die, so it's just half movement for me.
You're actually breaking through your own vines. It's things you hear the snapping of these things, just leaves just falling across the back of your turtle shell as you're just mowing your way through your own vines. You can see there's somebody next to you, some terrified person is just screaming. Ah! It's also stuck in the vines, kind of hanging sideways a little bit as they see you just charging through. I would say you probably got about 15 more feet until you get to Merritt.
That's fine.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
No,
Okay.
I used my movement and dash, so...
Nope. Didn't know if you had a bonus action you would like to use.
I guess casting Shillelagh is a bonus action. I'll do that then.
It is, okay. So the familiar vines wrap around your quarterstaff as well. Now not only are you in the middle of vines, but the quarterstaff is as well. So Raz, you are currently restrained and stuck in these vines about 30 feet away, or about 20 feet away from Merritt.
I'm going to try and get unstuck.
Okay. Make your strength check.
Do I still have to beat a 14?
I think you do, yes.
It's a 5.
You are still stuck. Do you have a bonus action you'd like to use?
Can I disengage from the vine?
Unfortunately, no. That was a very nice try, though. I commend you.
Can I roll a persuasion on the DM?
Maybe next round.
Because I'm never gonna make it.
You have another point of DM's inspiration, right?
I'm not gonna waste it.
It might not be wasted. It's Raz meets her demise in this episode via Franklin's vines.
If that's
Best
so,
spell.
she will come back as a ghost and haunt you for the rest of your days.
That's okay. It could be worse.
There's no damage from the vines, though, right?
There's no, I don't.
No, there's no damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yep. So
Then can I just free action yell at Merritt?
yes, go ahead. What are you gonna yell at Merritt?
Is he looking at me?
He's kind of looking at all the vines that are wrapped around him right now, trying to figure out what to do and how to get out of here.
Merritt!
He looks up.
You owe me an explanation!
An explanation for what?
For yourself! And your friends!
We don't owe you anything.
I believe you do. You owe me a debt.
And you see his face go like, almost like, oops.
It's true. I was there. I heard the whole thing. You said you would do something for her.
And you're up, Vix. It's your turn.
Does he have like a lantern with a flame on it on his person, or like?
He does not. It's during the day, so he does not have anything like that on him right now.
Would it be like an action for me to light a candle?
Your candle and your staff is already lit, correct?
Yeah, but do you think I could get that off? Like take it off?
I don't know. Would you?
Probably not, because it's probably like waxed on there really well. I would take a candle out of my bag,
Okay.
light it
Okay.
with the staff.
All right. I would say that'd be like a bonus action if you'd like to.
Okay, and then I'm gonna have my mage hand carry that candle over to him
Okay.
as my action.
All right. So,
Okay.
Raz, you're watching as a magical hand holding a candle weaves in through the vines beside you and then just carries on, weaving, moving closer and closer to Merritt, which Merritt's pretty hard to see when he's wrapped up in all this. This is like a big mess of a thicket of vines in front of you. So he's really hard to see. But you can see the hand, and you've seen it before. And you've seen this candle before. I'm sure you. It's one of the ones
It's the candy cane striped one that we just
that
got.
you just stole. Yeah, and it is lit on fire and it's weaving through. How far can Mage Hand move something?
30 feet, I think.
Okay.
Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, up to 30 feet.
So-
each time I use it,
So when you use it, your candle can get to him this turn.
I will move as far up as possible towards the thing, and then have my mage hand do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the vines.
All right. Yeah. The way I pictured it, you would be just outside the vines,
Okay,
just behind where Raz was.
Don't get in the vines.
Okay.
that's all I want to do.
Don't
Okay.
get in the vines.
Okay. Sounds good. At that point, Silver, as you were watching this Goonie sneak up on the rest, you were just getting ready to get a jump on things. You see he takes off, and he actually sprints, and he can see Vix doing this thing with a candle. He sees Raz, but he saw that Vix was riding on Raz's shoulders. Raz is now a little ahead, stuck in the vines. So this guy walks up, and you see him pull out what looks to be kind of some kind of wooden club of some sort. And he runs back to Vix, and he just starts trying to wail on Vix with this club. So he's going to make 2 attacks against Vix. Oh my goodness. I think Vix is going to be fine.
Are you sure about that?
Is a 12 good enough to hit you?
Oh no, that just misses.
Just misses? So one just misses and slams on the ground next to you. And the second strike... Does a 14 get it?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, the 14 gets. So the second one actually comes down on the back of Vix's head and does 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, God.
Oh, that one hurts.
All right.
Now the other guy, Gabriel, he would have been standing near you, right, Vix? He kind of came over to you.
My buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I have to make a concentration check for that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, make your concentration check.
That passes.
Okay, gotcha. Also, go ahead and make an insight check for me while you're at it.
No, that's a different game.
No.
What'd you, yeah,
That's a 5.
that's a 5? All right.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the individual who you thought you had under your thumb also pulls out a club and goes for Raz, who's restrained in the vines just a couple feet away from you. He runs and he just tries to drive this club into Raz's gut. You're 8 plus... I don't think a 12 is going to do it.
Nope.
Nope. And the second attack is a 20.
That does.
That's gonna hit. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, Raz.
Okay. I suppose.
Silver, you're up.
Alright,
You said 9 points, right?
9 points, yes.
I forget what is the frightened condition? What does that do again? Does that give disadvantage when they can see me?
Yeah, as long as you're within line of sight, they have disadvantage on all their attack rolls.
And they can't move toward you.
Yeah, they can't move toward you.
Something like that.
Nope.
Any way I can get up to within 30 feet of all 3 of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, well, I'm gonna run up and just let out this really fierce dragon's roar, and I need all of them to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Against 14.
Okay, so the first 2 goons are going to make their rolls. Wisdom saves. What'd you say the DC was again?
14.
They both succeed.
God damn it.
Merit succeeds as well.
Alright.
Ah.
I was trying to use the new feat I got.
They rolled really good. Like the lowest roll was a 15.
I'm just gonna run up to like wherever I can get in melee with the one that's next to Vix if I can.
Okay, yeah, sure. You run up beside Otto.
And then I'm done.
You're done?
That was all I could
That was
do.
all you could do?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Merritt is going to try to get out of his vines. I think that's a DC 14. Is that what you said? Yep. And he's still restrained. He cannot get out of the vines. He's trying to pull on them. He breaks like one small one, and it's stuck. That brings us back to Franklin.
Okay, I'm gonna wild shape into a giant spider.
Oh, no.
And there's Gabriel and the other guy, right?
Gabriel and Otto are outside of the vines, kind of swarming around Vix and Raz right now with their clubs, and looks like Silver's getting into position to enter the fray.
Okay, so the one that's next to Raz, since she is restrained, I'm gonna shoot web at him.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit him?
Yes, a 21 hits him.
Okay, he needs to make a strength check.
Strength check. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, this is a +0, so whatever it rolls, it rolls. A 4.
Now restrained.
He is now restrained in webbing.
Yes.
Nice.
And I can only do this again if I roll a 5 or a 6 on a d6.
Okay, so as Franklin transforms, 8 small legs sprouting from his side and fur covering his body, a bit of webbing comes flying out of the brush, slams into Gabriel and wraps all around him, pinning his arms to his sides. You can see him starting to move around and struggle a little bit beside you, Raz. Is that the end of your turn, Franklin?
I would like to just move up closer, my 15 feet, to be right next to Mary or whatever his name is.
Okay, he is terrified of you as you approach.
As he should be.
Seeing this massive spider looking at him, and he looks like he's frantically trying to rip more vines away as you come closer. Raz, you are up, and you can see Gabriel beside you is like, what's going on? Get it off!
I'm gonna try and escape again
Okay.
and fail. So just for shits, I'm going to also attempt with the DM's inspiration.
Do it. You did.
16.
16. You are free from the vines.
Now all you have to do is worry about half movement.
That's fine. I'm going to it's Otto that attacked me. Is he
Gabriel attacked you. Otto attacked Vix.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had them screwed up.
One and the same. Yeah, technically if you moved out of his range, but he is now restrained.
Well, I have disengage.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you have disengage anyway.
Yeah, I would like to disengage from him.
Okay.
And then yell at Merritt again.
Okay, sure.
You can move like right up on him now.
Yeah,
You'd be flanking if you did.
Well, you could get within 5 feet of him.
Well, because I also have if he's restrained, do I not have to disengage, or does he just have disadvantage on any attack?
Let's see. Restrain. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus with speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So that's the 3 things that restrained says.
Because I could dash instead, and then get.
You could. He could technically still attack you, but he has disadvantage on the attack.
Oh wait, but I still have my movement speed. That's right.
Yeah, you still have movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get within 5 feet of Merritt and disengage, so I don't. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Good. I know how D&D works.
All right. So.
And as I'm moving up, I'm pulling out a dagger, just to look more intimidating.
All right, unsheathing the dagger as you move through the vines.
I guess it would be 2 daggers, 1 in each hand.
Cursing Franklin the whole way as you're trying as you're trying to get through all these vines.
Probably.
Most likely.
It's not graceful. It's a little stumbly as I kind of like follow or try to like keep myself going.
Darn it! Why don't you stop concentrating on this spell already?
Pretty much.
All right, Vix. You are up. Oh, you go. I forgot your yell. Go ahead.
I haven't time. You were gonna back out on a bargain, Merritt.
It had nothing to do with your bargain.
Then why are you skipping town?
You know, I've got better things to do.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like what?
Like, it's worth telling you.
As a free action, I would like to make a spider hissing noise. With my maw open right behind him.
It looks up to you and it goes, I had to get out of here.
Why?
You don't just... Hey, Raz, this doesn't concern you. Take your friends, take your goonies, and get them out of here. Especially that one! He points to the spider that's like looming over his shoulder.
Oh, I have no control over that one.
Please.
He does what he wants.
You gotta have some control over him, please. Please.
He's gonna stay right there until you tell me what I want to know.
All the waitstaff in the kitchen, they listen to you. He's gotta listen to you too, right?
You think I can control a giant spider?
He's your pet, though. He's a turtle that turns into a spider.
No.
He listens.
He's our pet.
He listens to you when he's a turtle. Why wouldn't he listen to you when he's a spider?
He doesn't really listen to me when he's a turtle either, honestly.
Nice. You can see sweat kind of pouring off of Merritt as he's just really unsure what to do. Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage, Raz, since you've got your spider friend helping you.
That's an... Oh, let's see if I can get... glad I had not disadvantage. So I rolled an 18 and then a 1. And intimidation is a +3, that's a 21.
Okay. Look, I'm just trying to get back to Yartar without any of you messing this up. I'm just getting back there. I'm gonna get back there safe. I'm done.
Why are you going to Yartar?
I gotta get home. Hey, I've done my part. I'm done.
You still owe me.
Well, aren't you coming back too?
I don't know what I'm doing yet. Haven't decided. Haven't asked the giant spider what they're doing.
Well, you could start by asking them to get away from me.
I'm gonna look up at Frank and go, back up a foot. No more.
Since she didn't ask nicely, I move away 6 inches.
Nice. Vix, you're hearing all this. It's your go. You are actually holding a candle near him while this is all taking place. There's a floating candle in a mage hand, just kind of hovering right there on the opposite side of the spider.
I just start laughing maniacally at the man who just hit me in the back of the head. I think you might have just made a mistake. And I slam my staff on the ground, and as I slam my staff on the ground, the fire on the candle goes out. But like a bunch of lights come flying out of my candle and make like the forms of snakes and everything in the air. It's a dazzling fireworks show. I'm casting pyrotechnics. I'm trying to blind him.
Okay.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He rolled a 3.
All right. So he is blinded until the end of my next turn.
All right. As these, you said they look like snakes and stuff going off. All these like fireworks and
snakes
stuff.
Fireworks show thing.
Nice. He's trying to put his hands up, but he doesn't get them up in time as the searing light just takes the vision completely from him. You can tell he's blinking his eyes really heavy, looking around, trying to regain his balance. It was a pretty fantastic show of fireworks. Really bright. Very nice, Vix. Very nice. That's all you wanted to do?
That's it. That's it.
All right. It's their turn. So he's blinded. He's going to go ahead and try to swing at you twice with disadvantage.
Yeah, right.
Because he can't see you. So a 10 is going to miss.
Yep.
And a natural 1. Yes. So he misses both, and he's just stumbling as he's trying to attack. He loses his balance almost every single time he tries to swing at you. You can feel him kind of bump into you just haphazardly as he's swinging this club. Gabriel...
The true question is, does he fall into the vines?
Good question. Let's roll for it.
He automatically fails any ability check that requires sight as well.
Okay. He actually falls into the vines.
All right.
He trips over Vix's foot, stumbles a little bit off backwards on the dock. You hear doo, 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 of his feet kind of pick up speed as he goes, kind of like Homer Simpson into the shrub, into this, but more abruptly into the vines. The other one is restrained, but technically it says that he can attack, but he's going to try to rip himself out. That is a strength?
12.
12?
DC 12. Strength check.
I thought
Okay.
you said it was 14. Or am I just making that up?
14 is for the entangle.
Mhm.
For the webbing, it's
Okay. Oh,
12.
right.
Yeah, he uses Franklin's stats for the vines, right? And it's the spider's stats for the webbing, right? Okay.
That is correct.
All right, so he rolled a 13, so he's able to rip the webbing free, and he starts to dive into the vines to try to go after Raz. All right, strength check.
Or I guess a saving throw.
It's a 15, so that's going to succeed. And he moves
Now
his
he's
way.
got,
He's still at
half movement though.
half movement. He's going through, and he gets close to Raz, but he's not quite there. He's got to go about 5 more feet. He can see the back of Raz, and he starts to see a spider. He's like, ah, "Boss, what's going on in there?" And that brings us to Silver.
Alright, so the guy that was attacking Vix fell into the vines and now he's
Yeah,
tangled up, right?
2 feet are hanging out of the edge of the vines, just dangling there, like sticking out, kicking frantically.
I told him he made a mistake.
And can I see the other guy that broke free of the web and started running towards...
You can see him. You can see him in through the vines. It looks like he's about 15 feet in the vines right now.
Well, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast towards him.
Okay, sure.
I try and hit him.
Okay.
That's going to be a 25.
Yeah, yes, I think so.
And that's 2 points of force damage.
That would hit an ancient red dragon. So it's like- how much force damage was that?
2 points of force damage.
2 points.
And I'm just gonna yell out to him also and say, I suggest putting down your weapons.
Okay. As the energy smacks the back of Gabriel, more of the webbing kind of shoots off of him that was just left over, the residue from the webbing that was on him. He turns around and looks back at you and just points the staff towards you. Make me!
You asked for it.
All right. Merritt's turn. Is he technically restrained or is he grappled?
He is restrained.
He is restrained. Okay. Okay, he's just going to kind of look at you, Raz, and he's going to say, "Look, we can get out of here. We've got a boat pulling up. It's going to drop people off. It's going to take people back home. We can get out of here. We can get out of this. We can talk about our deals later. I gotta get back home.
Why?
I gotta get back home to my father."
Who is your father? I don't even know your real name. How can I trust you?
Come on, it's Merritt.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
Absolutely, you can make an
I'm also
insight
going
check.
to roll to see if he's lying.
23.
23?
I don't even. What did I just roll? Insight.
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 I got. I also got a 23.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, there we go.
His name is not Merritt.
Tell me your real name, or you're not making it off this pier alive.
My goodness. You know, this day was going okay until you guys showed up. I was
Tell me about it.
this close. I was almost gone. This.
I just sort of look at the ship and back at where he is. Yeah.
I mean, I could just picture myself chugging along the river into the sunset. But no, you, Raz, prep chef, come here and you stop me. Listen.
What's your name?
It's Bastion, okay? Bastion Cliffborn.
Do I know that name?
And he just goes on. He's like,
Spider could chuckle. I chuckle. It's dumb name.
and he's like, of the Cliffborn noble house. And trust me, my father is going to hear about this.
If you're a noble, why do you have to lie about who you are?
Not many people are going to know me around here. Besides, it's none of your business. Why am I talking to a floating candle?
This candle is just shaking his face.
Do I know the name? Is that
Make a history check. And you would probably be the only one that could make this check because of where you're from.
natural 20?
Yeah, the Cliffborns are a noble family in Yartar that have made their riches in the barge building business.
Mm.
They're a competitor of the person who built the Lockjaw.
So your daddy sent you here to check up on it, huh?
Check up on it? Yeah, you could say that.
Sabotage it?
No, that was never the intent. Not sabotage. The only purpose was to make ours better.
Mm.
And it will be better.
Really?
And we'll we'll be even more rich.
Hey, Michael, during all this conversation, could Franklin just start spinning a web around him?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Can you get this thing off of me, please?
You know, Merritt, I think you could be of value to me.
What are you talking about? Why are you looking at me like that?
We're kidnapping.
As
You guys said you wanted to follow Raz.
as
I'm sorry.
as a giant spider is wrapping Merritt up in a cocoon.
No, I think I might make some money off of you.
You're not gonna wait. No. You wouldn't.
You don't even know who I am. How are you gonna stop me?
I know exactly who you are, prep chef.
Oh, Merritt, you know so little of this world.
What?
Your father sends you out blind,
Well,
and you never
shit.
learn.
What? Your cooking chef sent you out with butter knives. What are you doing with those anyway?
Butter knives? Really? That's what you think these are? Okay, I know it's not my turn, but I really want to like Inigo Montoya this guy, and just like.
Well, actually, Franklin, it would be Franklin's turn next. But Franklin, are you going to use your turn to just continue to wrap this guy up?
Let's see if I have my web back.
Okay.
And I do!
Oh well, look.
So I'm gonna web this fucker.
Okay, what's he got to roll again?
I have to roll the hit with disadvantage because he is in melee.
Well, he's restrained.
So I have to roll to hit at a standard.
Yeah. Because he can't move. And it seems kind of awkward because, like, wow, how could he miss this, you know?
18.
Yeah, he's restrained. He's double restrained because now not only is he caught in vines, but now he's wrapped up in a web of spider nastiness.
Yep.
Raz, if that's the end of your turn, Franklin, if that's all you wanted to do.
Oh, I'm gonna continue to like cocoon this guy. So
Okay.
on subsequent turns. So
Okay.
Leave his head available for me.
Raz, it's your turn. You can feel the vine starting to move behind you, and you take a glance over your shoulder. It looks like Gabriel is climbing his way through. Looked like he paused a second to shout a threat towards Silver back there, but is continuing to make his way towards you.
Yeah, I want to Inigo Montoya double slice to the face.
To Merritt?
Yeah.
Oh, you have advantage.
Oh, I do.
You do.
That's 16.
Ouch. Yes.
Okay. But I'm not actually trying to hurt him that badly.
Okay.
I just want like the nice
Just gonna.
slice, so I'm not gonna use sneak attack at
You're
this.
trying to Joker this guy, right?
Yeah.
So you're just trying to like cut his cheeks open.
But it's the Inigo Montoya like I want my father back thing. So it's not the like lip, it's the
Okay.
higher up cheek.
Yeah, it's like
Gotcha.
the eye black on a football player, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Ouch.
So that's still 5 points of damage.
Ouch. Yes. Blood starts running down his cheek.
Oh, I guess plus I had a +5 to that, which I didn't even add. So that was a 21.
He shrieks in pain, almost like a little girl, as you do this.
And then I'm gonna do it again with the other one.
All right.
That fell off the table. That is 14.
14. That will also hit.
Okay, I'm again not using sneak attack. Oh, that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay, so you put the other slice under, and he screams so much he faints and falls unconscious. So Merritt is now dangling there in vines. It almost looks like he's crying blood off of his cheeks. And
the real question is when is the guards gonna arrive?
the thing about Woodhurst is there was only a couple security that you've seen. There's not really much when it comes to...
And most people here like us already.
yeah, most of the people were on your side.
As far as they know, this is fully on order of the captain. I don't know what you're talking about. We were told to apprehend the deserters. So at that point, I'm just gonna turn around and just still with my bloody daggers look at whichever one. Gabriel's the one coming up on me?
Yeah, Gabriel's coming up on
And
you.
just look him straight in the eye and just say, "You really want to try it?"
Okay, he looks at you and smiles, and just as he smiles, his eyes seem to change color. Like they go from a like bluish color to more of kind of like Vix's eyes. They almost turn bright yellow and lose a lot of that color from the hue. And at that
I'm
point,
just standing with my knives ready.
at that point, it's Vix's turn.
I walk up to the man that just fell over and is blinded by me currently.
Okay.
If I were you, I would never, ever, ever try to do that ever again. And I'm gonna take my short sword that I just got with all the dwarven writing on it, spin it around so I have like the the hilt. I'm gonna hit him in the back of the head.
Okay, make an attack. You have advantage.
Am I in direct sunlight?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so that's just a straight roll.
Okay.
I got a 17
17.
plus 5, so that's a 22.
Yes, you hit.
I'm gonna use my special
Since
ability.
you're using the back of the sword, I'll say it still does the sword's damage, but it does bludgeoning instead of piercing.
Okay, I'm gonna use psychic blades.
Oh boy, I love that. I love that feature.
So, it rolled terrible. Oh, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. So as you basically crack him in the knee with the sword as it's dangling out from the shrubbery, you can hear him go, ah! And then he holds his head a little bit as this magical energy passes from your hand through the sword. And it's almost as if you're trying to give him these terrible nightmares, these terrible visions inside of his mind on what might happen to him for making these terrible decisions.
And then he gets his vision back.
Then he gets his vision back. And he looks at you with rage in his eyes. And you almost see his eyes shift color from like a dark brown to a bright yellow.
Okay. All right.
And then you watch Vix as his form begins to change. And he shifts form. And it looks like this grayish skin starts to appear. Completely naked, alien-like. Its flesh is mucousy and wet. And it looks kind of like this, if you guys can see it in the camera. He looks like that.
Ooh.
That's awful. Oh no.
And,
I hate you.
and Raz, the one Gabriel, turns into the same thing as they morph into these creatures.
Doppelgangers are scary.
So, Vix, one is going to try to attack you twice again as it... Well, actually, it's got to try to get... Well, it's going to attack you with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because he's still technically lying in the... and restrained in the bushes. So the first attack will miss. And the second attack, he swings again, natural 1. So he's just whipping... He tries to swing again, and the vine just grabs his arm, and he's unable to get the whole swing in. You're able to back up just a little bit from the attacks. Raz, Gabriel, who now some alien form steps through the vines and is going to try to attack you as well. This will be normal attacks. Does a 15 hit you?
I believe it does. One sec. Yeah, it does.
15's going to hit? Okay, so they both are going to hit because I rolled a 17 on the die for the second one. So, and you can see that by now it has dropped. He's dropped his weapon and he's just like coming at you with these fists. He's punching at you. So you're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage with both of these fists as they punch into you. Slam into you.
Yeah, I'm not looking good.
And that's the end of their turn. It brings us to Silver. Silver, you've seen both of these forms change.
Well, I'm just gonna just, like do a little like spinning thing and just stab down with one of the blades on my double-bladed scimitar.
All right.
Trying to attack this thing while.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Alright, well, you won't believe what just happened. I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
No.
DM's inspiration.
I don't think.
Didn't we all
I
get
already
it
had
last
it.
round?
If, yeah, he already had advantage on the roll.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So the blade just crashes into some vines and cuts some vines loose. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Merritt is unconscious. I'm not going to have him make any like death saves or anything because it's not like you weren't really trying to like kill him. So I'm just going to say he's unconscious. And Franklin, it goes back up to you.
Okay, I want to walk my way over to the doppelganger,
Okay.
and I want to try to bite him.
All right, sure thing. Yeah, he's only about 5 foot away from where you're at, so
25?
5. So you just like crawl 5 feet closer because he was right up there with Raz.
Oh, that was a 25 to hit.
Oh, 25 is definitely gonna hit.
Okay, and now he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see what he's got for con. Okay. 17.
He passes.
All right.
So he takes half this poison damage.
Okay.
But from the bite, he takes 9 points of damage from the bite.
Ouch. The
And-
mandibles pierce into his flesh.
5 points of damage from the poison.
5 points of poison as it sinks into his Nasty, fleshy skin. Oh, that's terrible. You said 5?
Yeah, 5 points of poison damage.
Dang. He stumbles back from you, looks right into your, well, as many of your 8 eyes as he possibly can.
I don't get my web back, by the way.
Don't get your web back. Gotcha. Is
No, I
that
don't.
the end of your turn, Franklin?
Yes, it is.
All right, Raz, you are up. You've just witnessed this form change of this creature. Seems Gabriel and Otto were not what they appeared to be. There's a lot of that going on in this campaign.
Well, yeah. I'm going to attack with a dagger.
All right.
That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit, and you can use sneak attack because Franklin is engaged.
Definitely using sneak attack on this one. That is a 3 plus 4 is 7 plus a 3 is 10.
10 points. Nice. You stick one dagger into his side.
And then I'm going to hit him again.
All right.
That's not as good. That's math in my head, which is hard. It's only a 13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you use your...
Does that hit?
Did you use your... Oh, 13 to hit.
Yeah.
That's actually going to miss. So your hand, trying to cut through the vines, is just unable to get there. He actually sees it come and is able to dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Does that end your turn?
Yep.
All right, Vix, you are up.
Because I can't afford an opportunity attack right now.
I swing my sword at the knee again, but I miss.
You miss. What'd you roll?
I think. I rolled a 13.
13. You feel like you're about ready to hit the knee, and he pulls his knee out of the way at the last second, and you hit one of the vines in the shrub.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll bonus action, second level healing word my Raz.
All right.
Aww.
Nice. So you hear...
I'll just scream her name in a very concerned fashion.
As you hear your name being screamed by Vix, Raz, you feel the warmth of healing come over you.
I will tell you how much healing that is in a second. Drop dice everywhere. $10 points of healing.
10 points. Nice.
I'm doing great now.
That's much better.
That's my turn.
All right. It's their go. One guy's going to try to unbreak or get out of the vines. He's going to untangle himself. And he's still trapped in there. So he's still stuck, unable to get out. The other one, looking now towards the giant spider that's in front of him, is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks against the spider.
I have an AC of 14 right now.
One of them hits, but it just thuds off of you. And then it goes to attack again, and you duck your head out of the way just slightly, Franklin, and then his fist just goes right above your head as you're, I would say, kind of propped up in the vines. It misses you both times.
Good.
I forgot. I think I only rolled 1d6, not 2d6 for my sneak attack, so I add an extra 6 damage.
Perfect. Yep, we can add that.
Sorry.
Good.
I scrolled down and was like,
He's definitely looking rough. He's got several wounds. Looking pretty rough. And that's the end of both of their turns. Silver, you're up.
I'm gonna try and hit this creature again that's laying on the ground.
Okay.
Vines.
All right. You have advantage.
All right. That's a lot better. That's gonna be 23.
That definitely hits.
All right. And that's double 4s. So
Nice.
13 points of slashing damage.
Wow. Very good. Yeah, this one's looking pretty rough too as you drive the double-bladed scimitar down into his gut as he's laying there trying to get away from all these vines that have wrapped around him when he fell in. Anything else, Silver?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. All right. Franklin, back to you.
All right, I'm going to bite this doppelganger again.
Okay.
And does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy. A 10.
That fails.
Oh, this could be
Do you want me to
brutal.
separate the piercing and poison damage? Oh, better, because if the poison damage takes him out, he's paralyzed and unconscious.
Okay. Yes, please do.
So that is 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. He's still up.
Ow. And 15 points of poison damage.
Go ahead and describe how it takes him out.
I bite down and he seizes up and falls unconscious.
I imagine like this weird foam starts to come out of his mouth as his eyes get wide and then falls into the vines that you've created. A few leaves from the vines fall as he falls down to the ground. He doesn't even get all the way to the ground. The vines just catch him and he's just dangling, hanging in there.
But if it's the poison that took him down, he's not dead. He's just unconscious and poisoned and paralyzed. It's a whole lot of bad stuff.
Yeah,
If poison gets him.
Yeah, he's basically lying there. There's foam leaking out of his mouth, and he's just dangling into the vines. No longer
He's
a
like
threat.
that for 1 hour, and I did not get my web back.
Okay. You're no longer threatened, so if you'd like to move, you can still move.
I'd like to move to the other doppelganger then.
Okay, you can get within. You'll be like 10 feet away from him, moving through the vines. Okay. All right, and that brings us to Raz. Raz, you've just watched as your spider friend bit into this creature, and now the creature doesn't seem to be responding to anything. The gray flesh of the skin tone is almost turned to a greenish gray.
Awesome.
And it's foaming at the mouth.
Does the other doppelganger that's on the ground, does that count as being in cover? Or is it just...
Are you going to try to shoot an arrow at him?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
Since I let Silver do an Eldritch Blast at the one through the vines, so I'd allow you to go ahead and make a shot.
Okay.
You're a good enough rogue, you'd be able to pick out a spot to shoot through.
Well, I'm just thinking because I picked up Sharpshooter, so... I didn't know if that would.
Oh yeah, then you could shoot at him at any. Yeah, he's not. Cover wouldn't matter for you.
Unless it was full cover. That was kind of the thing I was asking about.
Okay.
That is a thing that I should get to the right page on. Yeah. That's a 16.
16 hits. You can also roll sneak attack because Silver is engaged, and I think Vix and Silver both are engaged with this creature.
That's 3d6 plus 3.
Nice.
That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage.
12 points.
I think that's the most dice I've ever rolled at once.
Oh.
Because normally I roll them separately for each side.
It's an arrow shoots into the upper shoulder area of this creature as Vix and Silver watch this nasty blackish blood seep out through the wound. He's not looking very good. And that brings us to Vix.
I rolled a 17 to hit.
17 hits. You still hitting with the back of your sword?
No, I spin it around because he's still trying to attack me.
Okay, got you.
I try to copy Silver because I look up to him a lot. So I try to do a little spinny thing in my hand.
Make a performance check for us.
16.
Yeah, you actually mimic his style pretty well. Silver sees this. I'm not sure if he'd be impressed or not. That would be Silver's call. I'm not going to speak for Silver for that.
And then I just slice down the middle, as much as I can.
Okay.
I did 5 points of piercing.
Okay.
And 8 points of psychic.
Oh, and 8 points of psychic?
Yes.
Because
I'm using words of terror again.
He's grabbing his head and just screaming, making this awful sounds. The wound is just spewing this terrible black blood. Still alive, but not in good shape at all.
That's it.
That's
all I want to do.
All right. It's its turn. It's going to try to kick both you and Silver. It's going to try to kick both of its legs. It's going to have disadvantage because it's still technically restrained and prone down there in the vines. So the first one comes to you, Vix. An 8 is going to miss. And my next one to silver is, oh boy, an 18 on the die is the disadvantage. Oh,
Yep, that's gonna hit.
that's going to hit as a kick. Hits you in the stomach, silver, for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As you feel the heel of the foot of this creature drive into your midsection, almost taking your breath away.
Alright.
It's still screaming with its hands on its head, just kicking like a bicycle kick up towards you guys. Silver, you're up.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna swing down and I'm gonna try and like just cut the foot that hit me. So
Oh, nice.
that is 17.
17 hits.
And that is going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
As you swing towards the foot, go ahead and describe how you take this thing down.
I'm just gonna cut the foot that hit me is just coming straight off.
You watch, it's almost like in slow motion, this foot and half of a calf spinning in the air. Tendons and stuff just spewing this black blood out as it goes in slow motion doing this spin. Bounces off the dock, and then you hear splash as it hits the water next to the dock. You hear the creature just shrieking in pain, grabbing its leg, and then eventually the shrieking starts to fade. Lower, lower, and then motionless in the vines. And that will take us out of our encounter, everybody.
I will drop concentration on the entangle, and I'm just gonna cocoon everything. The other two that are dead.
You're gonna
Well,
cocoon.
the one that's alive, and then the one that's dead. I'm gonna cocoon them all.
Okay, so as soon as you drop that, some of the people that were restrained in there, like, and they're just like scampering off the dock as fast as they can. And you guys hear the rumble of the engine of this massive boat, this barge pulling up to the dock. And since it's 8:13, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. That was awesome, guys. That was a fantastic encounter. I was digging the blend of roleplay that you guys had going on with the just the combat and the descriptive combat you guys had. Excellent job, everybody. Everybody take a point of DM's inspiration for next time.
All
Ooh,
right.
I got
Okay.
two now.
I have one again because I use them both on your stupid vine.
Hey, you told me to stop him, and that's exactly what I did.
I mean, stop me too.
Well,
You
thank.
didn't have to walk into the vine.
It's like everybody did, though. Everybody was in the vines almost at some point. That was amazing. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight to Delve and Dash. If you are watching on YouTube and catching up with us later, make sure you hit that subscribe button to our YouTube channel. You can catch all of our previous episodes of this stream and many others. Check us out on Twitch. Make sure you hit the follow button. Is there anything anybody else want to throw out? Any shout outs or anything before we call it a night?
Other shows. We got other shows.
Yeah, we got a lot of shows.
We got a lot of shows.
We got a lot of shows. Check out our calendar. You can look at our schedule below the Twitch stream. We've got a lot of shows going on. It'd take us probably 30 minutes to describe them all. We do have a new show coming April 2nd called Tabletop Legends that you guys are going to want to tune into at 7 p.m. On their first opening stream, they're going to be giving away the special edition packs of Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and DMG. So make sure you tune in. You got to be present to win that night. So make sure you tune
You're
in.
telling me I'm gonna win it.
So you're telling me, so you're telling me there's a chance. I love it.
Also, there is no Mystic Hour tonight. Just so.
Oh, no Mystic Hour?
No Mystic Hour until April.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
Mystic
April.
Hour until
So
April.
you're saying we continue until like 10 in the morning.
No, that's Christy's giving us permission to keep going, right? Well, I would, but I've got to go get the kiddos ready for bed, so that's my job here in the next couple of minutes. So, there's Christy's in chat. She's saying that there's big things coming for Mystic Hour, and they're using a couple weeks to plan and get everybody lined up. So it's going to be great. Make sure you guys tune in to Mystic Hour on Thursday nights here on proficiency bonus. And since there is no Mystic Hour, we can go ahead and do a shout out for all those other Twitch streams. Hey, why not? Insight check Saturday nights about 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
It varies every week.
We're doing big stuff. We got a marriage coming up.
You got a marriage coming up?
We got a marriage coming up.
Man, somebody's got to buy the flowers.
I haven't even prepared anything.
Somebody's got to get. You got to get a tux. Man, you guys got a lot of prep work to do for this thing.
I'm gonna get a leather tux.
Please tell me you already got the place booked. The place is booked.
Wait.
It's paid.
You're supposed to place books.
It's
the DJ.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta have the DJ. Who's
You're supposed to book places.
Who's
also make sure you've got the caterer because they really need at least a few weeks in advance.
caterer? Yeah, what kind of food is happening at this wedding? I mean,
I didn't.
are we talking calamari? Are we talking like is it lobster tail?
We gonna get some
like that little like sandwiches.
We gonna get like ham
What about
and
the bar?
cheese
Is it an
sandwiches?
open bar?
It's open. Yeah, it's an open bar, cash bar. What do you got going on?
It's an open bar. The open bar
okay.
is a whole.
Everybody
a
needs
whole
to drink
tavern
as much as
afterwards.
possible then.
Yeah.
Christy's loving this in chat right now, by the way. Yeah,
Do you have the ring?
Yeah, please
Wait.
don't forget
No.
the ring.
No, we don't. I mean, we do. No, I don't know. There's a wedding coming up. There's a lot. We just came out of the time skip, and Aeon all of a sudden is 7 years older out of nowhere. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah. Just come watch. Come have a good time. You know?
Did you send out all the invitations? Did
No.
Did Franklin receive his invitation to the wedding?
Oh, it's not like next session person. Unless we do
Are
a time
you
skip.
sure?
It might be next session. Who really knows?
I mean, I would be interesting to find out how you send it to Franklin
Yeah.
since he's a hermit.
Frank.
Out of
That's
game,
right.
Jamie and Christy have not talked about this at all.
She's in chat. She's given us some information. So Chloe actually proposed. So does that make the ring her responsibility then?
Yeah, everything's
She
her
does say she gave
responsibility.
the ring already, and it has a death ward, so I guess you're not
Yeah.
allowed to back out.
Yeah.
And like commit your suicide.
In D&D, you got to make sure the ring does something else too. It's got to be like a ring of lightning resistance, you know, a ring of poison resistance or anything like that would be good, you know.
It's a ring of the 9th level spell invulnerability.
That's
It's
it.
a constant on you, permanent.
It's okay. We're gonna have a wedding, and then we're gonna go into an end game boss fight. Like, what's the worst that could happen, right?
This is better
Hey.
be a really good ring.
You better not invite the boss to the wedding. I mean,
Yeah, that's like a classic.
no, you
bastard.
can-
You could come.
Maybe
be
the
able to
boss
make
and this guy are just kind of bros. Be like, hey, let's do the wedding, and then we can fight to the death.
That's
Okay,
it.
First, we have to.
Are you sure this
That's-
isn't just an insurance scheme? Like, have you checked to see if Chloe has life insurance?
that is
on you?
awesome.
That's fair. That's
Chloe,
She probably does. She's smarter than me.
Chloe might have taken out this really expensive insurance on you, man.
Yeah.
And that ring, it may have a
After
death.
the first time I died,
It may not be a death ward at all. It may be something that just flat out kills you, dude.
or I should say, the first time everybody thought I died. Then I mean, like she was like, "Oh, we gotta look out for next time." There's gonna be a next time. There's always gonna be a next time.
That's awesome. Man.
Chloe's the
Close the end game
She's-
bad guy. Yeah,
Yep.
she becomes the one who destroys the entire party and throws everything into shambles. I love it.
Knowing Christy, that's on par.
Well,
Anyway,
anyway,
we got other shenanigans too.
yeah. Storm King's Thunder is back on for tomorrow night. They are. It's kind of odd, Storm King's Thunder turned into Waterdeep Dragon Heist all of a sudden. Because they go to Waterdeep and they want to explore the entire thing. So now I'm having to read all those books too. Here I am, guys. Hey, I've got the Storm King's Thunder book that I paid lots of money for.
It's just
Here it is. Would you like to?
every time they say Zentarum in that game, you have to whisper it under your breath.
Yeah,
It's a rule.
it is.
Rule.
It is.
So like if you're reading a script thing and it's like, and the Zentarum did this, everybody in the game better go, it's Zentarum.
And it almost has to have like a creepy echo to it, like Zentarum, Tarum, 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 Tarum.
Yeah. And by home game, whenever they say Zentarum, whoever whispers it first gets DM's inspiration. It's a rule.
Awesome.
It's a rule.
Dalton, have you been you've been playing some? You've got a couple home games going, right?
I got a lot of home games
No,
going on.
Yeah. What?
Right now,
What's?
in one of them I'm running, they just overthrew a queen, and she was pretty spoiled. So they happened to smuggle her out of the kingdom, even though she was supposed to die. So they're gonna find out what they're gonna do with her and her twin brother.
Oh boy. So you got some the plot thickens kind of storylines going on with your home games too. My goodness.
Oh yeah.
Great. Yeah, don't forget Tomb of Annihilation. I hate it, but I think one of the players died Monday night. I think Quinn, who's been with the campaign since the very beginning.
Wow.
I think Resnisi killed him on Monday. I think he rolled a nat 1 on his second death save.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst. I've been there.
Yep.
So, Lyndon, if you're watching, we feel for you. It's not the first time a player character has died on one of our streams, and it won't be the last.
Yeah, no, next week.
No, next week.
I mean, this week. Saturday. Duh.
So things are getting.
Elroy's gonna show up and stab him in the stomach.
So it seems like things are getting real in all of our streams right now. A lot of things are coming to a head. So Wish is off, I believe, for a couple weeks, and then we'll be back on Wednesday nights. So we got that going on, and I think that's about it. I mean, we've covered pretty much all of our bases, I think. So we got a lot going on. So, I think that's everything, guys. So we're planning to be back next week. I know the following week, I think it's the second week of April, or maybe 2 weeks from now. The second week of April, we will be off on Thursday because it is our spring break, so I will not be here. So just if you guys want to mark that in your calendar, that second week of April, second Thursday of April, we'll be off.
The 11th?
The 11th, yes. We'll be off Delvin Dash that night. So just mark your calendars so you know. And for all of you who tune in and who watch, we'll be off that night. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to add that proficiency bonus, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.